just what I do. Come on, oh, don't you get nervous. Other people say unbelievable. Get into trouble for you know, baby. All the people know. All the people know. I am not afraid, cause I sing tonight. I'll show ya. By now you should know I wait all the time. And it's gonna be dangerous. Feel it my way, cause I never stop. I love it my way, yeah. I'm in control, feeling lost, don't you when you're control machine gun. Up and blow up the place. Come on, no, don't try to hide, cause you can run, but nowhere to survive. Unbelievable. Get into trouble for you know, baby. All the people know. All the people know. I am not afraid, cause I sing tonight. I'll show ya. Now you should know I wait all the time. And it's gonna be dangerous. Feel it my way, cause I never stop. I love it my way, yeah. I'm in control, feeling lost, don't you when you're control machine gun.
Gamers. Oh, that's loud. Hello. Turn that shit down. It's been a hot minute. It's been like, fuck, a week. Is it time for their glow up? Not quite, not quite. That's Saturday. Saturday is the 2.0 debut, which is why I haven't been streaming. It's been a lot of prep work. Oh god, a lot of prep work. Also, like, my mom came to visit this weekend, so I was also spending a bit of time with her and doing like a ton of prep work. It's funny because she stays in my streaming room when she comes over, and we just like blow up like an air mattress and stuff. And so there were like times where I was like, Mom, I need to get into the room. I need to get on my computer. Just real quickly, please, Mom. But that said, pretty much everything's done. Like, I literally could debut right now and I'd be set. I'll be ready. So that's a relief, because I was really worried that I wouldn't. It was a valid concern. It's kind of crazy, especially considering, like, I was originally, my deadline for debut was gonna be, what's it called? January something. I don't know what exactly. I think it was January like 15th. No, it was like January 20th. Anyways, regardless, obviously that didn't happen, and there were a lot of reasons why it did not happen. But on the bright side, it gave me time to further prepare and make sure everything was done right. So now everything is set. I really, like, I wish I could just pull out the model right now, whip it out. But we gotta wait, we gotta be patient. We gotta give this model some love before it's Jover. I'm gonna drink some of my drinky. Fontaine, yes, apparently I've done like one little scene already. I don't think I did it on stream, but I remember I did it with Fulu in the call. I remember it though. It was like, is this it? Yeah, it is. I hope. There's this new feature in Genshin, and it's really cool, but it kind of roasted me. So, like, if you go to this thing called Training Guide, it gives you, like... Stop. I can't. Look. It's telling me that, yeah, your Kazuo is OP as fuck. Your other characters, shit. All your other characters are shit, bro. Farina, mid. Chongyun, weak as fuck. Catching, mid. What does it want me to enhance here? Oh! It's because I have this weapon on him. I need to switch his weapon. I gave it to Gaming because I'm going to start using Gaming. Actually, what does it say for Gaming? Maybe I use Gaming instead of Chongyun here. I didn't realize I had Gaming that high. Weapon. Oh, his character level is 60. I thought his character level was 80. Okay, we'll leave it Chongyun. We'll just give him the sword. Oh, do I not have... I don't have anything on Chongyun. That's why they're roasting him. Okay. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, it's not correct, though. That's good. That's good. Can we get another gladiator? Can we enhance this? I just want to make sure I have, like, good enough characters before I do this quest, you know? Is that fully leveled? Oh, no. It's not Honkai anymore. HP, you whores! The handbook thing is so amazing. It is, but it put me on blast, for real. Oh, nothing left? Whatever, eat this shit. I don't care. What is going on? I'm hearing like hella noise. I think it's outside. It's freaking me out though. It sounded like it was in my house. Okay, so we got 2 gladiators finale. And then we just need a blizzard strayer here. Oh, I gave it to him, that's why. Do I have another? Oh, this one's good. Why did I have that on Kaya? I don't fucking use Kaya. When you play more Star Rail than Genshin, that's so me, though. Okay, weapon. I'll give you this. I'm gonna give it back to Gaming eventually, but... Okay, now what do you say about him? Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Holy shit. I was like, what? What do you mean? Okay. Alright, now we can finally get into this fucking quest. So I've seen the first cutscene, which is basically we meet Farina. She kind of like hits the gritty on us, and then that's all that really happens. So let me get the quest lined up. Navigate. I think we're going to meet Lenny now. Lenny was like our boy, our man. Come here, designated twink. Regional twink. There's so many layers to this city, it kind of confuses me. Like, am I going up? I think so. Yeah. Oh! I'm sorry. Oh god.
This is our current abode.
Oh, he took us to his penthouse and he freaked it. Okay.
Femine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh,
Okay.
they all just went out a moment ago.
This guy. The third twin that was invited into the band.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I
Father!
suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
What a talented family.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
Boyd's
What
got
is it,
social
Femine?
anxiety.
Do you have something to tell me?
You could tell me in front of my friend. It's alright, you go ahead. Oh, they're whispering. He's like, that friend you brought, their drip is ass.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry
Sounds
for the
like
interruption.
a convenient excuse there, Lenny.
Before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
Why does he sound so fucking emo? I get like a lot of characters in this game are emo, but he sounds like especially like
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work.
I would
Alright,
alert
I'll take
Facebook
these to the
about his
workshop.
mental health when I saw his posts. I love these dynamic angles they have in these cutscenes. It's very cool. Very, very cool. It's raining.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the
How
upper
does the
house,
weather
but
know
don't
when there are
worry, it'll
trials
clear
being
up soon
held?
enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a
That's
legend about
crazy.
the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that
like
a
his
dragon
freckles.
of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
That's sad.
When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could that Hydro Dragon be the elemental dragon of
If it's an
Fontaine?
elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
It's not gonna work. It's because you're
Doesn't
annoying,
seem to be of any
Paimon.
use. It is just a legend after all.
Ah, my throat. Hey, I'm not that throat goat today. Ah! I just knocked something over. Holy shit.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
It's just getting yelled at by some like random kids on the street. Like, man, please stop yelling at me. We sat
rained
here
for
until
longer than I
nighttime.
suspected.
We were just standing around.
It's already getting late.
Why is he so fucking close? Get away, bro!
There's something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day.
I love the aqua bus.
On the day
I've
of the
ridden it before.
performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Bet. Rizni.
Are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there?
Oh, are we
I'm
gonna
afraid
meet,
that Fremine can be quite introverted.
what's her
And
name?
boss
The new
there
girl
tends to be pretty
that is
talkative.
out right now.
Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all. Don't worry, we're on the case.
He's scared. He's
Sorry
scared
for
of
the
powerful women.
inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Okay. The Beaumont workshop. Where's this at?
Time to go.
My poor boy. Hold on. Fuck, I forgot it doesn't move with me. Heal me up, Scotty. There we go. Oh, it's the actual... What's it called? Bro, I haven't played this game in so long. I can't remember what things are called. I didn't even play the Samara quest. That's my real life hack.
Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps...
Oh, no. We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
They're magic sacks.
What were
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets.
Magic
I
pockets.
can tell
My
right
bad, my
away.
bad.
I've already made several orders worth now. No
You
need.
didn't play
They've
Sumeru?
already
Yeah, I
paid
know,
several
right? It's
hours for it.
crazy. It's almost like I
When
made
they
somebody
told
else
me
play
what
it
they'd
for
be using
me.
them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Whoa. So, is
Whoa.
Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Hey, is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
That looks really scary. It's like those
Why use your
fucking
hands when a machine can do the work? It would
presses
be a
that
waste
people
not
put
to
weird
use the
shit
latest
under.
technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Ah, well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's
She just called
terms
it
for you.
stupid.
But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's
Indemnitium.
produced from trials.
Huh?
Hydraulic press. Yes, I don't know. I'm so like brain dead right now. I can't think of anything. My jokes are landing
Well,
so
I'm not
like
completely sure of all
fuck.
the details
My
myself,
jokes are landing
but
flat so hard because I
basically,
can't think of
when a
these
trial
fucking
is in
words.
session, the oratrice
My
mécanique
brain is-
d'analyse cardinale harvests people's
Holy
belief in
shit!
justice and
Whoa!
converts it into energy to be used all
Pause.
around Fontaine.
The way she said, "Oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale." She like put her whole bussy into that accent right there. And then she was like, "Harness people's belief in justice" right after. That like distracted me so hard. My ADHD is off the fucking walls. Oh fuck. Yeah, my ADHD is off the fucking walls.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgment, but Paimon still doesn't get
I
it.
hate
How
that
can
Paimon
something
talks.
unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
The gods rely on belief to obtain power, you dumb bitch. We learned this 4 times already.
Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another
said
type of
sounds
energy
legit.
called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is
Pneumosia.
unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I wish Paimon turned to
I
dust,
thought I'd
yeah.
find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking,
Who's
I'm
that?
sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
Do I get to fight them?
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Kazuo Your by next month? Why
Cabriere.
are you hounding me now?
Yeah.
We should
but
put
how do we
Paimon
know
in the
that you
hydraulic
won't go
press.
running off by the end of this month. I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Huh?
It's time. Is this where we meet your boy?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey,
You're right.
hold on.
Oh
Before
my
you go around
god!
Trying to collect payments. Why don't you
What?
settle your own debts first?
Hey yo,
Confrérie of
he's
Kazuowo likes to
back!
poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid
Oh
you
my
still
God,
owe the
he's
bank a hefty
back.
sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation?
He's so
here?
edgy.
Ah, you're from
Why is he here?
Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Here comes the boy.
Traveler, Paimon!
Here he
I didn't think I'd
is.
run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
We sure seem to have run into a lot of friends today.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems
Ooh.
that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
I think we've already weathered enough storms for now.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Show
Don't interrupt.
patience.
It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friend? Listen to me, boy. If you want
Boy.
Mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Yay, we get to
Hey,
fight.
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser's...
Hey, that's way over the line.
I want to hear
Boys,
about
let's see who
Tusser,
has
you
to pay up
idiot.
now.
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it.
Do we get to fight,
This is
or
an
is
act
he
of
just gonna, like,
self-defense.
body them?
You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead, they're all
I'm sure
yours.
this won't take long.
You're gonna rough them up. Oh,
You can run, but you can't hide.
why is it a trial Tartaglia? I already have them. Okay, I guess. Ooh, yeah, I get it, I guess.
Ugh, what's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Ooh, he's angry.
Huh?
What happened to him?
Now's
What's
my
happened?
chance.
Huh.
He did
That
the
was
old one
weird.
too. You feeling
I'm not
alright?
Sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
That was
Maybe
weird.
there's something wrong with my vision?
Is it just a hydro thing?
How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Don't use that too often.
Child. And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
He needed a vacation.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself.
He's on a mission for
recently-
self-discovery.
there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why,
He's going
but
through
every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
changes.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
Do you have
I
any
can't
idea where this
remember if I
came
ever
from?
mentioned it before, but when I was 14,
Oh, yeah, this shit. I
fell
remember
into some
reading about
unknown
this.
abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and
I
taught
saw
me was
Skirk. I
named
forgot
Skirk.
about her. She was
She
cool
was always
looking.
quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through. And
Are we
she
gonna
was
meet
always
her?
very strict when teaching me combat
I
techniques.
saw like art of her.
One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on
Trying to
as an
find out why he
apprentice.
can't land a sexy
From what I
grandpa.
could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen
I want
into
to
that
like
abyss.
cross my legs, but
In my
I'm
dream,
not
I was in the
flexible with my
deepest
right.
depths of the sea.
Okay, there we go.
And the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive,
That's his
I felt
ult
like I couldn't
thing.
breathe.
A whale?
His boss fight
that
thing.
sounds familiar. When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never
He likes
forget it.
whales.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little
The
twisted.
power
but
inside
kinda.
you is connected to your
So why
incident
don't
in
you
the
just
abyss.
go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and
How
I've
do you
still found
casually
nothing.
fall into abyss?
There isn't even a trace of the place
Like,
where
how
I
does that
remember
happen?
falling into the abyss.
Oh.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that.
Did they update his model?
Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with
His
you.
eyes just seem a bit
I
more
just
detailed.
remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
And no, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Ooh, who's
Official
that?
champion duelist?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting
probably
a
happened
duel
when they
with
made
an
everything more
official
crisp,
champion
that's true.
duelist. The champion duelists are all powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial. And the
Damn.
worst-case scenario
Fontaine
is that
goes
you're
hard.
simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
Right.
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the duel?
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the
are
one I'm
they?
meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Clorinde,
I have been
Clorinde.
asking her
I
for
can't
some
remember that.
time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya.
I don't know why I can't remember who that
Kinda
is.
feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
When we met the Hydro
before I forget,
Archon?
I want you to have this.
A gift? His vision?
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides,
Interesting.
I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that
He's our
idea?
bestie.
I'll be in touch later.
That sneaky
If evil,
guy.
why hot?
He said he's been feeling down lately, but
He's
he
such a
seemed the same
cutie.
as ever to Paimon. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance. Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
It's rude to spoil. God, Paimon, you're the worst.
Just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are the whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel.
You're not
It's
funny,
so exciting to
Paimon.
reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled it,
Sorry about
bitch.
that. Paimon will be more careful next time.
Is that a chest?
Shouldn't we be heading to the opera house to see Lenny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should.
Let's go,
The
Pog.
opera house is on Aranea, so let's go ride the aqua bus.
Okay, aqua bus. How do I get there? Or a Trice Mécanique d'Annalise Cardinal. Boobies. Let's go.
Whoa! Now this is fancy. The Opera Epiclese. What a place
Ooh.
to hold a performance.
Opera
No
Epiclese.
wonder Lenny and Lynette were looking forward to it. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Cute, I guess.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Who? Oh!
What's wrong?
She got a That's So Raven flashback.
Vache.
Did you just say something, Paimon?
Paimon didn't say anything. Are you?
Welcome to the
Whose voice is
Fountain of
that?
Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here.
I love Lynette.
It's
She's so
customary for
cute.
newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Mm.
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Right.
What
I
do you
seemed to
mean?
hear a faint voice just
There are a
now.
lot of people here right now.
The voice was coming from the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you?
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her
Oh, is it that
sensitivity
holds
to the
water,
hydro
holds
element?
memory
But what does
bullshit?
hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When I'm sad?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy.
When there's
Oh,
strong
and also
emotion.
when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
I
So
see.
maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
That's an
So,
interesting
what did the voice
explanation.
say?
It seemed to be calling out someone's name.
Huh. If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance.
Aww.
So chatting with Lenny
What a
might help
cutie
him relax a
patootie.
little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
Pog. We didn't get to actually ride the aquabus. That's so fucked up. I'm so mad. So sad.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. Good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by
we're
how
early?
you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The
Okay,
audience
are
still
we
hasn't
early or
started
on
entering
time?
the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take
God
you to
damn.
the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are
Wow,
your
we got
tickets.
a guy on the inside giving us
Ooh,
these
front row
tickets.
seats. Thanks, Linny.
Thanks, Lenny. I'm gonna scalp him. Sell
Don't
him
mention
for
it. There's no need to keep
$2,000.
thanking me.
Hey, Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Cowl.
I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Best get
Yeah,
busy.
we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
Thank you, Lenny. I'm an ungrateful whore. I'm sorry. Do I go here for my seats? Yeah. Ooh, I get front row seats? Is that Nuvi? Is that Nuvalette?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Is that my old man Yowie man? There he is. It's so awkward. Paimon, you're making it worse.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're
No,
staying together and
that's the
rest
worst
of the
thing you
place
could
is
do.
practically empty still. It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
Isn't that usually your job?
Little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
See what you did,
I'm
Paimon?
happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh,
You upset old man Yowie
you
man.
heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk. But what should we talk about?
This is getting even more awkward.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
Paimon
friend,
is a
you
bitch.
say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
His eyeliner's on fleek, bro.
So you're not
Hi,
friends with
hello,
Linny
Sayak
then?
Blader. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon.
Oh, why did Lumine stand up?
We
Is
just
she
arrived in
leaving? Is she
Fontaine.
dying from cringe? Secondhand embarrassment too much, girly? Cause I
It
am.
is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat. And as required by proper
He's
etiquette,
trying
I will
his
also
best.
introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervilette. What an honor it is
Nervilette?
to have you here to see
Huh?
my show.
Have I been saying? Does that mean his name's
Ah,
Nervy?
Mr. Linney.
Nervy
I
Let?
should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in
More like
person.
Nerdy Let.
Wait, Nervilet? Could he be?
They say it.
I saw you all chatting just now.
I have a
but it
joke
seems
to
you
make, but I
still
need
don't know
them
who
to
Monsieur
stop
Nervilet
talking.
is.
I need them
Allow
to
me
stop
introduce
talking.
you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him.
Oh wait,
It
I
wouldn't
can't
be
make
too
that
much
joke.
to
Never
say
mind.
That he's the symbol of justice and honesty
It's not
here
set
in
up yet.
Fontaine.
Ooh, sorry for
Nouvelette,
being
more
so
like
rude just now.
Nerdy Let.
I had no idea
But
you were such an important person.
offense
there's my
taken.
failed joke.
Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
Boo.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to. There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
I love
I
her.
believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So
They
I
have
think
such
you should
sibling
take notice
energy
of
from
her
what I've
sooner
seen.
rather than
Not my
later.
streamer.
Otherwise, she may become flustered.
Oh, I would do anything for her.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Shut up, Paimon.
She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face.
Theater
She
kid
has
head
no
ass.
idea that you saw right through her eyes.
Yeah, it's true.
Very good.
What about it?
That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Cool.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay!
Is it gonna be a
The
full
show's
crowd?
finally about to start. Paimon can hardly wait. Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before.
Ooh, this should be cool. The crowd enters the venue and the curtain opens for the show to begin. I'm so hyped, actually. This is gonna be cool.
Ooh, they're dimming the lights. The show must be starting.
What is it, nerdy?
Sorry.
Nervy.
Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the
Ooh.
star of today's show, Linny.
Okay.
And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Aww. How cute.
Hello, everyone.
She sounds kind of sick of it, though.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now,
Oh.
but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking,
She's
two
done.
vision
She's sick of
holders who
it.
can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
He's Pyro and she's Animo, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, they're passing off their visions.
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Ooh.
Good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations.
Oh, her little wave.
I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage
Why is she a
momentarily.
cat and he's not?
Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
Ooh.
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Paimon needs to
A
stop yapping,
magician's
right?
greatest
Ooh!
skill is making things disappear or
Oh, this is
appear.
cool.
The possibilities are endless.
I'm sad. He's so cute.
Huh?
Ooh. I'm enjoying this unironically.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, You've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Ooh. Why am I blue now?
Using
Ooh.
this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Something's gonna go wrong.
It's actually quite simple.
The music's getting scary.
She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top.
Anya.
I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
I'm hooked. She's naked! Oh god!
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
She walks out butt naked. That was cute. Is it over? Already?
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything.
Paimon, shut up!
That inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a
If he
show.
could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
You talk your shit, nerdy.
Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But
You
our
tell her,
magical journey
Novi.
has only just begun.
Oh,
I've
yay.
prepared
More.
even more
Encore,
astonishing
encore.
surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Cat!
I'm
Okay.
sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all.
True.
In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations.
Okay.
So, for my next trick, I will require
Me,
the
me,
participation of
please,
one
please,
lucky
me,
audience
me,
member.
me,
Please, if
me,
my
me.
assistants could bring out the magical boxes now.
I wanna.
There are two
Me
boxes
wanna.
and only two boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Okay.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap.
Ooh.
Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Oh, something funky's
Now,
gonna happen
please,
here.
everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The
Let's watch
lucky
and
audience
see.
member will be generated by this random number selector.
No, me!
It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience
now it should have been
magic
me.
firsthand for an entire minute.
It
Please,
should have been
come
me.
My assistant will take you beside the
No.
magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous.
Oh,
We've
it looks so
carefully
fun
arranged
in there.
everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
She's like, alright, I guess.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown?
What's gonna
Like
happen?
this.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I
Alright.
won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
With the whole crowd counting together, you couldn't even if you wanted
No,
to.
that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59,
9,
58.
58.
60, 59, 58.
We're not saying it alongside
That's
him?
right, perfect. Keep it going.
Oh, what's about to
I'll
happen?
see
The
you all
music's
on the
picking
other
up.
side once you
The
finish
music's picking up
counting.
again.
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is. Merely a consequence of my identity and personality.
I love his
Do
eyes.
not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Okay.
You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
Nervalet.
39, 38.
Okay. Oh, I'm nervous.
Mr.
I'm
Lenny,
nervous.
Are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine, I'm just double checking the direction of the magic. It would be
Okay.
a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
That would be tragic.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
I think it's all part of the show. Oh, bang.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Maybe it was just to divert our attention.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
Okay.
25, 24, 23.
What's
Okay.
wrong, Mr. Lenny? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
Don't worry about the
I can't tell
decoration.
left
Just
from
do the
right.
trick, bro.
Never mind the decorations. There's
Yeah.
no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds.
Oh,
Hear
shit.
them counting?
19, 18, 17.
Okay.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like
Interesting.
you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10,
Almost there now.
Oh, shit.
Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7,
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5, 4, 3,
Whoops! That doesn't count!
Oh, no.
0.
Oh, no. He did it! That was low-key edging us, not gonna lie. She's not gonna be there, though. And he's gonna be ruined. They fucking killed her! She's dead. What's the mask?
Huh? Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh, he shook.
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Oh!
Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Lenny's gonna go on trial.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of justice.
Oh, shit.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
All right. What does the investigation say?
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
It wasn't the girl.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Oh, shit.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
To pull it off like this in front of an audience, including the Archon and Chief Justice.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Lenny, is now the prime
I love the
suspect
enthusiasm,
in the
girl.
disappearances case.
I don't know if that's quite right.
Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants,
It's a fair analysis.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
But why would he do it in front of an audience like that?
How can Lenny do this? He was in the box on the stage.
Shut up, Paimon.
We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
He's a suspect at
Save
most.
discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Lenny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Oh, shit.
I just think that I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But
Talking out her
what
ass.
Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? After all,
Bet.
he was the one who helped
Sounds
you
fun.
the first time we met.
Farina is a people pleaser, for real. I trust Lenny.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Did we? I don't remember that.
But with Lenny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, Traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights.
I knew shit was gonna go down
Not
during this
putting her
thing.
dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
I mean, I don't know if I'm the most qualified, but I mean, sure.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
Bet.
A day isn't that
Legal
long.
girlies, for real.
Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really
She's
quite
so
looking forward
queen.
to
I love
hearing
her.
it.
Everyone is dismissed and the audience begin to leave along with Farina and Nervalette. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself.
I mean, we just watched somebody fucking die,
How could
so
this
like,
happen? And
it's
poor
understandable.
Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
I mean, okay, I can't say no here, you know? I just fucking met you. And it's entirely possible.
I understand. Even I'm not sure what happened, so I can only imagine how difficult it is for you to grasp the situation.
Right.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
It is very
Which
strange.
is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Paimon. Oh my god. Just stop existing.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
Oh, shut up, Lynette. Don't give her
That's the right
that.
attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self. But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence.
Right.
Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting
Paimon
on
would
you.
be the worst lawyer
Thank you
ever.
so much.
I won't let you down.
Just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our
Okay,
essential
Lenny,
trade
you're on
secrets as
trial for
magicians.
murder.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial.
Yeah.
'Tis truly a pity.
Paimon got a 0
As
in
a
the bar
magician, our
exam.
magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it.
Yeah, you gotta,
We
you
should
gotta,
go
Lenny.
somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Bet.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case. officer. How's the investigation going?
We're Linny and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady
Sounds
Farina
so
mentioned.
stupid to say.
Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this
God
whirlpool of a
damn.
mess if I were you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come
That's
with me and
my
you'll see.
decision, Pookie.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him.
Okay.
The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping
Oh
the
my
crowd
god, the
engaged.
fucking outline.
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
Wasn't the girl supposed to be
This
in there?
is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as
Yeah.
a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
I mean, does sound like something that could be genuinely accidental.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys.
I mean, that was
I know
Nuvi's
there's
idea.
no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
It's not always true.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Yep. You can use the case record to confirm your current evidence and clue collection situation and sort case-related information. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues in the case record, then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius. Okay. Cool. Alright. This is where the magic box was struck. If Cowl weren't inside the box at that moment, he might have dodged. Oh, there's a lot. Okay, hold up. What is the achievement I got? That. Alright. And then I have... I'll get that later. Okay. Okay, we'll talk to her first.
The investigation team has some new findings.
Oh, him.
Turns out there's an issue
He has a
with
long
the random number
ponytail.
selector after all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Danganronpa and my Genshin Impact. God, you're right. You're fucking. Oh my god, you're fucking right. It always comes back to Danganronpa.
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine,
body
so
has
we had
been
it taken away for further
discovered.
inspection.
It turns
God
out
help
the
us, I
seat
can't
number
take it
picked
anymore.
wasn't random at all.
We can never
The
escape
machine picked that
Nagito
same
Komaeda.
number every time. I'm sure you
Oh.
already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Right.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Thanks, sorry to
Even though it's
bother
bad
you.
for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Okay. Wait, where is it? Wait. Huh? Here we go. Farina is Naruto coded. Yeah.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
So either Lenny didn't realize this was a safety concern, or...
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Seems to be flammable.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it... Wait! Why don't you write all this down?
This is all really bad for Lenny. What am I a mess? The broken magic box was left on the scene after the guards completed their investigation. Looking at it now... Oh, fuck. The water tank must have struck it really hard. Okay. And I think...
Hello there. What?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the magic troupe members...
Let's see...
currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could you tell us who she is?
Sure. It's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Everything is red.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
Okay.
Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay,
interesting. Thanks for letting us know all
No need to be
this.
so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us. It is of
Will
utmost
do,
importance that we
bestie.
get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Okay. Gotta go down. Where? Ah, there. Give it to me, Esildor.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too. If you find any new and interesting leads.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Can she take off that
Why don't I tell
stupid
you
glasses
my hypothesis
set?
first? The way I see it. It all started with that loud thud.
That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
I think that's when they probably got
Yes,
swapped.
exactly. It wasn't terribly loud.
Like the girl
I
and
suspect that most
the
people
guy.
heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
True.
That makes sense.
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Then wouldn't the water tank have started to swing a bit in that
Oh,
case?
that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
It's true. How suspicious. It's like an ordinary box, but Lenny somehow moved instantly from the stage to being inside it. How did he do it? What else? What am I missing? Is it up here? Oh yeah, there she is. No? Yeah.
Lenny's
Okay.
still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do. I think
Right.
someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
They're like chill with it. Where else do they want me to look? Up there? How do I get up there? How do I get up there? Am I just stupid? Do I need to like leave? Oh, I can go out here. No, I can't. Never mind. Fuck. Bro. I don't know. I've already got this. Oh. Haha. Okay.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here!
Oh, it's her!
Keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's
Okay.
right. If I'm not
Not
mistaken,
Navia?
you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Who
Have
is
you
she
never
though?
heard of
Spina
the Spina di
Duras-
Rosula?
Rosula.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it. Spina di Rosula does it.
So her entire life is just being a
Have the honor
badass?
of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
I like that they used an actual old man voice for him. Respect.
What gives with the names?
Demoiselle.
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
I see.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
Right.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
You want to investigate as well?
That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition. Naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay.
Farina sure was
Sounds
quick to point the
legit.
finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Right.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Blind trust is
What's
always
your
bad.
opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
When you put it like that.
I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
Does that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
I think it depends on the severity of the trial.
Well?
Not always.
And why would that be?
Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
It was a test?
I need to make some preparations.
I didn't
following
study.
which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Wait!
Okay.
When did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
I think you're missing the point,
Far
Paimon.
be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth. You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Alright. He doesn't say
Alrighty
much.
then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
I'm excited to see how he does his tricks. Here we go.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as
We're
attorneys.
lawyers.
We're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
Okay.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
Right. No one left the Opera House during the magic show and after the incidents happened. Okay, cool.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going.
Let's check in with the lad.
Ooh,
Can we
things are
go
getting
to the top
interesting,
floor
huh? We're
of the
about
Opera
to see how
House?
magic is made.
I think we can. This is exciting. Man, I wish we got a seat up here. Oh, I almost fell. Oh, this is so cool.
Time to go.
This is so cool. Ow. Ouchies. Hold on, what did I miss over here? Oh, I don't have that yet. Damn, I thought I had that. I was gonna be hyped.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being
Oh, we did get a couple things.
so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived.
He's a flirt in general.
Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
What a queen.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Find my...
Oh, new helpers? I would be most
More
grateful.
people on our side, the better.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box.
I knew
prepared
it.
Specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
No. What's strange?
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh. Weren't there
the
balloons and other
balloons.
decorations
Where's
here?
Honka? I'm not playing that
Where did all
today.
that go?
We're finally doing the fontaine
Ah,
quest.
Good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same. I didn't notice that.
You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's a box inside of the box.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box.
That's really cool. And this passage linked the two boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you
Wants
saw
to
this
magic
place.
you.
The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel.
Do I
See
have an
this
auto? Yeah.
flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
What if the troop member guy was evil and he swapped himself with a girl and he was helping her get kidnapped?
Precisely. The inner box would descend
That's
after
my
the
theory right
audience
now.
member was put inside and be moved
He didn't know he
along
was
the
gonna
trolley,
die.
all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it.
How curious. Wait, where'd my game go?
Once the
There you
box
go.
was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark.
Why is male
and
traveler
by the
so
time she
hallucinable?
walked
I don't
out,
know. I've
she
never
would
played as
already
male
be
traveler.
back on stage.
Female Traveler's Chaos. I love Lumine. Then what about your side of the trick?
Right. You were talking that whole time, and you even for a moment near the end.
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
I see.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
Oh.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
What about the hair and the
that's
ears and
my
the
favorite
tail?
part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked. Wow. Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
Can tell a lot of thought was put into
Lynette
this.
would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would.
But instead somebody
as
got
you
murdered.
saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for
It must
that
have done down
interlude,
here.
This would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off.
I mean, I kind of figured.
And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime.
It had to be somebody that was
Look
familiar
around.
with the trick.
I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of shit there. Okay. I need a snack. I will BRB very quickly while I go grab a snack. See you soon. I am back with white cheddar popcorn. All right. This could be the control device for the trolley. It seems to be able to operate automatically. Okay. A ladder is required in order to return to the magic box above. What's this?
Huh. What's this?
Same.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's
Lenny
all
didn't-
kinds of odds and ends here.
Lenny didn't mention this earlier.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is, let's make a note of it first.
Something went down here. I'm telling y'all. I'm a pro Danganronpa.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
What a gentleman.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Maybe it was for the trick.
Oh,
But they didn't mention that.
It's one of those tricks where you into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear?
What are you on,
Here's a
Paimon?
broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down?
Signs
while
of a
moving?
struggle.
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Thank you, Navia.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Okay. Sounds good. Clothing?
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
That's true. Oh,
Clothes are here.
that's sus.
But she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
That's a little suggestive.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Paimon's so lazy. Okay. Let's see. There we go. High precision is required to complete the magic show, and tracks are perfect. Okay. All kinds of props and costumes. There's a vent. Among Us. The trolley is crucial.
What is this place?
Looks like a vent. Among Us.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic boxes, and Lenny and Lynette were in the 2 magic boxes.
Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down.
Stop writing down bad evidence, Paimon. My God.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yep.
Yes.
We done it.
Let's head back up.
I'm so invested in this
Well,
case.
we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Indeed.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the
The
vent leads to
basement.
the Opera House's basement.
Can we go
The
there?
guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
Okay.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death
Weren't the lights off for a
quite
little while?
inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current
Yep.
evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
It
In
does.
other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Yep.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
The
That's
Oratrice
right.
Bowl?
This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice.
That's effective, I mean.
Simply, it's as if the Oratrice has its own will and is a judge in its own right.
Okay.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
Fascinating.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials.
Does the
Result it
Oratrice, like,
returns
talk?
Is the will of justice itself.
So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Neverlet called the shots.
Neverlet!
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment. Which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
That sucks.
Why?
Well,
because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related.
Use your head, Paimon.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties.
Yeah.
Or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case.
We have fucking child's vision,
If that were
too.
not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, there's no need.
He has a need for violence.
Thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards.
Now's not the time to be
any
picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
Aw, I want desserts.
I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Damn.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after. Just kidding, just kidding. Paimon will still
You're
do
the
her
worst,
best,
Paimon.
even if there are no snacks.
Okay.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course
Well,
we'll
make
have
some?
snacks. If we cannot buy
How?
some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Okay. Where are we going?
wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Oh, that's sick.
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to
Ooh.
taste my awesome snacks soon enough.
Okay.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Must be a Spina di Rosilla thing. Macarons?
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven.
I love
Oh,
macarons.
it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling. From the
I
way
want
you had
macarons
these
now.
two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process.
I finished my popcorn. I devoured that shit. Now I want
You ended up
macarons.
doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And
I love his
was
voice
giving
acting.
encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking like this?
She's a badass.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano.
What a bad
I
bitch.
just really enjoy making snacks.
Aw.
Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway.
Macarons are hard to make.
Fresh out of the
That
oven.
is true.
There's 3.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
You do not need more sugar,
You wouldn't be able
Paimon.
to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong
Ah,
black tea with a
Demoiselle.
floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Why don't you take a break as
No
well?
need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Is he gonna be part of the old man Yowie?
All
With
right,
old
then.
man Yowie man.
Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Harry
However,
Potter
we can
and the
assume that
Chamber
Liddy
of
and Lynette
Secrets.
were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
That's true.
Exactly. Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from the twins, we're left with 2 other people, the missing girl and the
The
deceased.
flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel, resulting
Why
in the
is
shattering
she-
of the vase,
why are her
the
clothes left
discarding of
behind?
her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
I see.
This thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the
Right.
missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
She had no idea of knowing how the magic trick
That's
worked.
right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive.
Curiouser
The guard
and
said that she has
curiouser.
never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great!
I want
They're nice and
macarons.
crisp and super sweet!
This is so fucked up.
They are my specialty
believe
after
it.
all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5?
It's so
Oh,
fucked
that
up.
can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
God damn it, Paimon.
Please
Why do you
don't
like this?
worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Everyone knows how much you love eating, you fat bitch.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by
God, I
mistake.
hate
No big
Paimon.
deal.
Why is she just the
Malus,
worst?
Set up the stove again, if you would.
The absolute worst.
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
There's really no need to do that.
We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Wow, this really is your hobby, huh?
Yup. Oh, she's baking again. That's so sweet of her.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again.
Okay.
It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
The case makes no fucking sense.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Who would the third person be?
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial.
8 to 10? Okay. I hate how long this takes. It's one of my biggest complaints about the game. It takes so long. Cool. How do we participate? Trial time! Is Farina gonna be there? I hope so.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
I do have some thoughts, but let's take things step by step.
Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah! Oh, here it comes.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might
Oh
be
no!
disappointed.
Don't say that, Paimon.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation
Farina is such a
came
bitch, I love it.
empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait,
Since
Farina.
both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage.
Ooh.
All the necessary items have been prepared.
Not the Farina BM? BM? What's BM?
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes.
That's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do.
Like when someone roasts you or is
Allow me
disrespectful
to take
during
the
game.
first
Oh
shot
yeah.
And break this case wide open.
I've never heard that
Mr.
phrase,
Linney
Hulu.
is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were
Bad
hardly
manners.
in that tunnel
Oh,
at
okay.
all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so?
Ooh.
And if I may ask, what
This
did
is
you
tense.
hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
Oh.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
This is so intense. I can't even keep up.
But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
Did Lenny not hear it?
Not right here.
How could Lenny not know about the
Yeah,
sound?
I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Oh shit!
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
They probably represent Oratrice's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
I love her confidence.
Aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
What does that mean?
The House of the Hearth?
They're... Oh, Fatui!
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that
They're
what happened on
cooked.
stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Uh-oh.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then
Oh, that
perhaps
transition
tell
was
us
good!
everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Oh.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted?
I love her energy.
Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was
She's like,
almost
"Get
too
backed."
easy. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
She's a real gamer.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Lenny and Lynette are
Order!
Fatui.
Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others, given how Lenny has concealed his identity. This could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Oh.
they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Damn.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor. My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
really
I'd be
necessary?
a great lawyer.
They're already as
Just
good as
listen
guilty.
to me go.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
Have a good
So
stream. Thanks,
you would
Nut.
stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Oh. All right, Lenny. You gotta be honest with us. Keep it real, bro.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Why didn't you just tell us?
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning
Hi,
on the assumption that
Nex.
you weren't bad guys.
Hello, hello.
Not to set the wrong
Well, just because
tone
they're
or anything.
Fatsui doesn't mean they're bad guys. I feel like we should know this by now.
Very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vtui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
I don't get why they're mad. They're
we want
literally
to
friends with
save
Child.
you.
Right?
As many as we can.
I'm like,
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become
they
good
in it for the
friends.
drama, for real. The drama is
That's
real.
why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. But
Basically,
chose to hide
Nix,
some
the
details
TLDR
instead.
is these guys
The
are on
truth is
trial for
very
murder.
important, but
A murder that they
being
didn't
completely
do.
transparent
And
about
we
everything
found
would
out
see
in the
us spending more
trial
effort than
that
we need
they're a member of the bad guy organization. But that doesn't mean that they're bad guy, you know. Just because you bad guy doesn't mean you bad guy. But how can we know this isn't all just another
Right.
lie?
So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
I trust
met a
you. You're
Fatus who
fine.
works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Good hat,
I
good
am no
boy.
criminal.
Good bad boy.
At least
He a good
not in
hat,
this
good
case.
bad boy.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but
Where did you actually go while the trick was
Right.
being performed?
let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask.
He has a teardrop though, so 10-10, 1 kill on
We've been
his
trying
record.
to find out how the Aura Trace operates. We want to know
He
why
runs
it
with
has
gangs, you know.
consciousness. Why can it deliver
He has
sentences
blood on
accurately?
his hands.
During our investigations,
true,
we learned that the machine's
criminal.
core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you
Well,
find?
Nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice, which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oritrice
Because
operates?
of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
Right.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Dude, we have a bestie in the Fatui.
Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. I will defend you from these charges.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving
I'm
us
your
a chance.
lawyer. I'm not supposed to have a moral conscience, okay?
Schools are tipped pretty badly against you two.
So I was top of my class, Harvard Law School, bro.
We're gonna need
I don't have a fucking
seriously
heart. It's just a
watertight
fucking
defense.
ice cube connected to veins. Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Oh. Okay. The brief adjournment ends and the nail-blighting trial reconvenes.
Both parties have returned to their positions.
Oh, here it comes!
Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention.
Okay.
At this stage,
My eyes are on you, girly.
Let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Based on the opposition's account of events, you can identify loopholes in their statement. Use evidence and clues obtained during the investigation to refute. This is just Danganronpa! Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered when the flatbed trolley passed.
Oh,
he
fuck.
opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before
I'm
making
going
her
too
take
fast.
oaths
I'm
to prevent
sorry.
others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box.
Okay.
Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident.
That doesn't make sense. Okay.
And there you have it.
This is just
That's
Danganronpa.
the
Holy
truth
shit.
behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. What Linney...
Okay. Okay, this is gonna take a minute. Okay.
According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
This one, though. Entered the tunnel as the countdown began. Let's see, how do I refute that? I can't. With the vase. Again, he wasn't there.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This
A whole
is the
dang murder
actual
mystery,
truth.
for real. Kazuo walked in on Linny. The crime. This existing evidence indicates that when Linny returned to the tunnel, the crime and all Linny saw was...
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation.
I mean,
He
that's not
only
really
witnessed
evidence.
traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say. When the
Why is
countdown
Paimon
started,
talking?
Linny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he
Okay.
immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
Okay.
Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there
I
for
see.
any length of
Paimon did it! Yes, blame Paimon! Have her decapitated.
Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Hmm. Yay! That was fun.
Paimon did it! Paimon...
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Correct. Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion. However, you say that Cowell bumped into Lenny by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone?
And where would the girl be now?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Do you happen to remember how you initially refuted Lenny's alibi?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Correct! Your claim has now become my weapon. Wait, what is the evidence? Wait, what? Irrelevant, irrelevant, irrelevant. Okay. She isn't known.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Which one is it?
That's right! Linny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
Right, we've been over this.
That when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic.
I love that it shows her like real emotions.
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
That's a good question. The murderer was... I don't even know, bro. The guard's The guard's investigation report indicates that the fireworks released near the end of the show ignited and burned through the rope, suspending the water tank above the stage. This caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell in the box below. If Linny is no longer under suspicion, can we still say Paimon is guilty for real? Only the other members of the troupe would have been able to tamper with the props. Linny gave a detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work, by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported across via a tunnel underneath, and Linny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of on-stage interactions. The clothes belonged to Halsey, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
I don't think a third person being involved is possible. My only, mix-up is the girl being missing. Though Linny did say that he heard a voice when he went to go to the core. So maybe that was her. And she was like, Linny? What the fuck is going on? And it was Cowell.
The deceased's name
like I originally thought.
Assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
That's my... Oh, I was correct! Fuck yeah.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
I fucking knew it.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Alright.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. So, there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances.
That's the biggest thing.
So, the deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Right.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal... The sound we heard may have come from a...
I'll say this.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that...
This, maybe? No? Okay. How can we envisage Linny as having been unable to interfere? How can I prove that there was an altercation?
Halsey's clothing was in the sound we heard may have come from a...
Who is the prime
The
suspect?
deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's...
Where did the missing Halsey
No
go?
one entered or left the op... It would have been tough for both...
Is that last one wrong?
No one entered or left the...
No, she changed clothes and hid
Halsey's clothing.
somehow. Wait, what? The criminal must have understood the methods behind Linny's magic trick and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house. So even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
She's still here. She's still in the opera house.
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3... And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Escaping from the water tank. Could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no
We're
greater
thinking,
sin
Farina.
in
Give
this
us a
opera house
minute.
than an awkward delay in the performance.
Jeez Louise.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Okay.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Right.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's... The vase was not broken by chance.
The water. I still think Paimon's guilty.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment.
But Lenny did do that trick, so it is possible.
You know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects. We might find something there.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment.
Thank you, Lenny.
The truth must be
You
out
just gotta
there
let me
somewhere.
cook, okay?
Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him.
Right. Oh, I need the autoplay.
But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
Yeah.
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request
Sure,
on the part of an
Farina.
attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear
Damn,
to be
this
at an
angle.
impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
After some time, a guard returns with news.
We are still examining the items, but we
Novi.
have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning
Interesting.
safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As
You're
such,
down
we
bad,
believe
Fulu.
that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This
They gotta
reminds
test
me
it.
of a certain prophecy.
Well, does it kill them?
It's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Oh! Grandpa's
It
angry.
is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic. albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Right.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic. The deceased's name is...
What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution?
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic.
What item did the
water
culprit
from
use
the
to
primordial
dissolve
sea-
Halsey? What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime?
The rope that strung the water...
No?
I remember there was something else with the... Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something...
That's it. I did it!
Ahem! It's in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope,
Right.
and the number selector securing his target.
Ooh,
When the magic box
yawn.
containing Halsey was lowered, the metal
I love
hook
this
would
art
retract
style.
gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
It's very
When the
Danganronpa.
balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Let's see.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Aw, Farina.
What a humiliation.
You were trying your best. It's okay.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention, his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case.
Okay.
And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Oh no.
What?
That can't be.
It was planted.
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Here we go. Okay.
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea.
I see. Okay.
But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Right. Okay.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No, we can do it. Oh shit.
No. Paimon can't think of anything either.
Oh
It
no.
doesn't look like there's any way around
Oh
this.
no, Linny. Don't
Seems
die.
using
You're
the
too
water as
sexy.
new evidence was too good a move. My
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
No.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move... Excuse me, everyone, but I must...
Navia!
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette, give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
We get to see the trick again.
As the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila.
She's gonna walk out. Yeah! Pog!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
She
I was
wasn't
hiding outside
on
this
it.
room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
Oh, she
I'm
killed
sorry.
Cowl.
I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Oh, that's right.
You mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down.
Oh, so she didn't dissolve because she's from Mondstadt.
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Let's see.
Can a person even hide in there?
Professional thief could make it work.
I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear
Yeah,
now,
it was an
doesn't
accident.
This
Now it's time to
time,
refute the
we need
Hydra
to tell the
Archon's
entire
previous
story
reasoning.
From Lillian's perspective.
All right, let's go. So let's see. Lenny entered the tunnel. Halsey dissolved. Isn't it like her? Wait, hold on. Okay. Evidence that a fight breaks out.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and...
Right. Lillian, what did Halsey do? No?
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left.
Right,
so
okay.
she changed clothes and hid, biding her time.
On stage. None of those. How would have when the water began to trickle in? No?
The
There we
strange
go.
sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
And it's Ace Detective time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Kazuo leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know
The
that
craziness!
Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief.
This was an actual, like, really good,
in
like,
by
murder
stealing a
mystery.
ticket.
Alrighty.
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but
Lillian is that bitch.
knocking Kazuo out and putting him in the box.
Like, she fucking took down a grown-ass man. That's crazy.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk.
I guess she's a
until the
thief, so...
performance ended.
She's got that dog in her.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
That's crazy.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story. Bravo! Bravo!
That was crazy.
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have
She's
concluded.
like, I'ma head out. I got busted.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
Rest in
If there
peace,
are no
Farina.
objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Kazuo, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Kazuo thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house.
Right.
As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Pog!
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Good luck with stream. Finals be a bitch. Good luck with finals!
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Yay!
Great work, partners.
We're such good
Thank
lawyers.
you. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate.
Next,
Why not?
I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny.
Oh
but
shit!
you, yes?
Let's go, Nuvi.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Coupon
I
Town?
was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Vtui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our
All right.
boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea.
He's gonna die.
I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
Yep. I knew it. He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Yep. However, nothing is found on the scene apart from the liquid left behind after Vaughn dissolved.
So, we're just going back now?
The problem seems to have been solved for now.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
Aww.
But still,
I'm not mad at
let
you.
me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Vtui.
I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely
I
accused.
guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time.
Mean is
for
being a
why I'm
bitch,
at
right?
peace, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me.
Yeah, he's just a little baby.
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the street. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever.
What about
Before long,
Fremine?
an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the
They were
streets at any rate.
Paimon, he was being taken advantage of. Jesus.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return
I remember
vehicle
hearing
as
about
me.
that.
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person
so
at the
fucked
banquet,
up.
so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Kill him.
No.
Hit him with your
So
car.
he's gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Villains.
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
Whoa,
And the
that goes
knave
hard.
standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
Yep.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in
Aw.
the basement, all of them orphans.
Arlecchino's a bad bitch for that.
The knave might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
Has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Oh, at least she's gonna help a bit.
She believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
I see.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy.
Right.
Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has
Hotel
their roots in
Bouffe d'été?
Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us
Hell
orphans,
yeah.
the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry, but I still can't completely trust you. Come on, Lumine.
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you.
Shut up,
as
Lumine, for
plain
real.
Linny.
I understand.
Bye, Linny.
Pog. Did we not finish Act 1 yet? Holy shit. How long is this? How do I get
Time to
out?
go.
Oh. She is being unreasonable. Navia.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
I'm sorry, Navia.
What's wrong, my dear partner?
Oh,
I was really only trying to defend Linny.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given
It's been going on for decades?
Trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Aw, she seems so disappointed.
Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so
I
much
know,
fun
she seems so
investigating with
sad.
you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring
Damn, when you
forth,
say it like
and
that,
the reflection
Navia.
in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Let's go have a meal then.
Ryan's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, can't play my
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Bois?
She is a
I believe we'll make
cutie.
it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have.
Farewell meal. Okay, that has to be the end of the quest. Oh, it's done. Pog. Okay. Wow-y. Holy shit. That was really good. I'm excited to play more. See, Sumeru never really had me invested like this, to be honest. But this has me invested. I am excited to do more. But all good things must temporarily come to an end. So I will be raiding out now. Let's see, who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Bum, 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 bum. Let's raid this person. They seem pretty cool. I don't think I've raided them yet. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you for a fun stream. I missed y'all. And this Saturday, again, is my 2.0 debut. I will see you then. I'll probably stream at least once more before then. But until then, bye-bye.